Well, the third and final installment of Peter Jackson's The Hobbit was released in theaters last week. Joshua Maxwell caught up with one of the trilogy's best-known villains to talk about his legendary role.
You have but one question to answer. How shall this day end?
The Hobbit, Battle of the Five Armies, was just released in theaters December 17th. We caught up with actor Manu Bennett as he returns as the villain, Azog.
I think I've been really lucky to get three pretty amazing roles. You know, the role of Azog in Peter Jackson's The Hobbit, Crixus in Spartacus, and now playing Slade Wilson Deathstroke in Arrow. You know, the three of them are pretty strong characters, very different genres. You know, one's almost classical theatre, the other one's very contemporary television, comic book stuff, and the other one is Tolkien, you know, antagonist of Orc-might.
This is the third and final chapter in Peter Jackson's Hobbit trilogy. Bennett had a special role to play in each of the three movies, as the character was completely CG.
The best thing about doing The Hobbit really is working with, you know, a director like Peter Jackson, but then also stepping into the shoes of Andy Serkis, you know, who created that wonderful motion capture character of Gollum. You know, but the thing is that, you know, that I can see how that might have been easier for Andy Serkis, because the suit is like very tight, so you feel like a bit of a reptile. But to actually put that tight suit on and have to play somebody massive, you know, I feel like the skinny kid who has to suddenly pretend to be like Arnold Schwarzenegger in Mr. Olympia. So you've got to make Azog big. You've got to kind of like fill him out, you know, and sort of move in a certain way that an orc moves. You know, head turns are slow and everything's much more muscular. You've got to have his breathing as well, his big deep voice. Just a subtle thing you'll notice in every movie is that Azog was always padding or relating to his wag. And Peter really gave me kudos for that, because otherwise it just would have been an inanimate thing, you know, it would have just been me sitting on a pommel horse.
And as an actor, Bennett is always trying to add more to his characters, even if they are computer generated.
There was a couple of tense scenes in The Hobbit where I used my wag to diffuse the tension, you know, like patting its hair as I say, "Obaktil obnacht," which means, you know, can you smell the fear? You know, that was meant to be a line that I delivered to the orcs around me, like big and strong, but I thought, no, let's make it more intimate and, you know, use my pitchforked hand to rub through the hair of the wag, you know. Just little choices.